Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Mondays Down South. I'm even losing track of the weeks. What are we, week 7 of the NFL just ended? So it feels like we're way into the season, but we're not even halfway there. As you can see, Zach is on vacation for the next 2 weeks, so you will not have his scorching hot takes and insane things to say. But we did replace him with another Zach, who I don't believe needs any big introduction. He is a returning guest and friend of the program and a fantasy expert, our Sinai's biggest competitor across now multiple fantasy leagues. So welcome back, my friend. Happy to have you back on Mondays Down South. Season, what are we, season 5 now, is that, Si?
Season 5. It's wild to think about. But he's been at day 1, though, so it's kind of nice to... and he's one of the only ones I know that like actively watches and like texts us, which is we very much appreciate. So our favorite guest. Don't tell the other guests I said that.
It's sort of like a Make-A-Wish dream for like, someone who's just a big fan, just getting to come on the show.
Appreciate that.
That's very kind.
Si, you got anything before we jump into the
No, I just want to say happy Diwali to all our guests, to anyone watching. It's a Indian festival, and I'm here with the family today and recording a little bit later, but just happy to be spending time with them, and then end the night with a nice podcast. It's a good way to celebrate. So thanks for having me, guys.
Love it. So we got our fantasy expert on the line, so we're going to do a kind of a fantasy angle to this game with a Battle Royale Underdog draft, which maybe, Zach, I'll pass it to you since Si and I are less familiar and we are coming in somewhat blind to this process. So if you want to maybe just give a minute on, for those that aren't familiar with the Battle Royale format.
Yeah, putting my own money on a drafting app with you guys who've never done this before. What could go wrong? So basically with the Battle Royale format on Underdog, we're going to be drafting a 6-round team against 5 other people in a room. It's going to be a quarterback, a running back, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. Because we're going to be playing in a really large tournament with a lot of people, we're going to want to prioritize stacking in some way. Prioritize like really any correlation we can get our hands on. And probably maybe a little bit beyond the concept of what we're going to do in like a couple drafts for you guys, but we want to start prioritize getting unique as well, because you're going to see a lot of people get into the same combinations. But we're going to try and do some of those things, but really we're just going to see what's going on in this slate for week 8 and just see what we can come up with.
And for the 6 team, is that a full PPR?
It is
that we're doing
half
today,
PPR.
Half PPR, good to know. And it's quarterback touchdown 4 or 6 points?
4 points.
4, got you. And I assume receiving and receptions and everything, receiving yards and running yards are your 10 per 1?
Yes.
10 yards per.
Yep. Pretty standard scoring across the board there.
Just double checking. I know some of these do like tight end premiums and things like that, so I like to always.
Nope, not in here. No. All right, so let's pull up a week 8 Battle Royale. I don't even know who's playing at all this week coming into week 8, so we're gonna be doing this blind just as much with you guys. So
I love that Zach is putting money on the line for us to draft when he's the guest. You're literally the VIP, Zach. This is incredible.
We do have funds we can reimburse first if we lose, but we're happy to let you take all the winnings. So maybe that's the way to go. But
this is true. Yeah, we're happy to pitch in as well.
Now, if we ship something, if this just happens to be like the greatest content video, the week 8 Battle Royale champion drafted on a stream, like this is gonna be so great for you guys on the channel.
This would actually be incredible.
We'll take it as a tip for all of the great parlays we've been sending the last handful of weeks as well, which we haven't hit one since week 2, but we appreciate you tailing
this week, though. The Green Bay one,
we had a good one.
But we for context, Klein and the viewers, Kansas City was one of the ones that were really we were big on, and we were debating whether we do Kansas City or Green Bay as our third. And our other two hit pretty comfortably, but that Green Bay one got us. So good to know. All right, it looks like we're about to get started in a second here. So it's just your standard positions and like it's just a shorter draft, right? So people just get bigger, like better teams as a result of that.
Yeah, 30-second clock. Obviously, because it is a smaller draft, like you say, Si, we really got to hit on some big scores. So we don't want to be taking just a safe play. Like we need ceiling outcomes from every single person on this team.
It's fun to see how the things have shifted. Like see my boy JT in the top 3.
Yeah,
compared to the end, going in the end of the second round to start the year is crazy.
Speak of a ceiling outcome. So do you have a certain way that you like to build these teams? Like, do you like to build it around like a wide receiver quarterback stack, or is there any way in particular you like to start?
So I kind of just let ADP dictate what you're gonna do in the first probably like 2-3 rounds. Like I said, when you want to get unique, so I pretty much just try to take any ADP fallers that are coming in as the draft happens. Usually, what I do like to do is take the elite tight end because they can separate even beyond, just the tight end 1 being like much better than the tight end 4, the tight end 5. They just separate much more than anyone else.
Well, that's a good way to set this up then, because before a pick comes up, like, is the idea this year with Brock Bowers being hurt, and of course, some of the other things out there. Is it Trey McBride? Is it Jake Ferguson? Is it Tyler Warren? Like, who's the guy that you think is worth picking at his ADP?
Okay, we coming up on the clock.
That's a good question.
It's crazy someone took Drake May at 103. That's pretty out there even for something like this.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Clearly they don't care about their money, so it is what it is. As much as Klein and I love Drake May going into standard drafts, that's a crazy pick, yeah.
Who do I don't even know who the Patriots have this week. I guess just can pull up the week board now that he's gone, but
so I guess we got the choice. We're on the clock. We got the choice between Jason and
Cleveland.
I don't know if you guys have a preference.
Lamb versus Denver is not a bad one. Chase, A-Chain. I would go Lamb here, personally, with Denver.
With Patrick Surtain?
Who cares, man? They just got torched by the Giants.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, Chase, you could argue has sauce, but
we got
We got to be quick at it.
I would be riding Chase. Chase is getting ridiculous volume from Flacco.
Oh, boy. Draft him.
Yeah, no, okay. I just started up in the queue, so we'll be okay. You got to have nimble fingers here.
Okay. We got to be ready for this next pick, so we're not picking on the clock. I would have picked Lamb, but teach your own. I don't know if I'm going to see a. I don't know if I'm going to see a repeat performance from Flacco in back-to-back
weeks. We're on the clock.
Oh my God!
Here we go.
Okay. H-N, Cook. I probably wouldn't do Josh Allen here.
Scroll down.
You said you wouldn't do Josh
Allen here.
Hold on. Okay. Well, we don't have a lot of time, so let's scroll up. I like the idea of H-N over what's available in terms of availability.
Mm-hmm.
I would never argue against
this is fast.
Yeah.
I would have gone Cook, but yeah, one of the running backs, I think, against Carolina.
I think H-N just basically is their whole offense right now. So that's where I lean him a little more. Also, James Cook's been not quite as good the last few weeks. Now, granted, they haven't given him as many carries as they probably should, and they probably will this week, but Carolina's defense has not been bad, though. So let's keep that in mind.
I think he's going to vulture some tutties this week. But, yeah, the Chase, the back to Chase, I feel like with Flacco in this mix, he knows that no one can guard him, and he's literally going to throw him the ball 20 times a game. Like, I don't think that's going to change. And, like, that target share is – I mean, it's not going to be a shootout, I guess, as much, but – oh my God!
My thing is I do agree with you in that sense, but my concern is that do I expect Flacco to be this efficient every single week? And if it's between that, I understand Denver's defense typically is very good, but they have been letting up points recently. Even in their house, they had Jackson Dart come into their house and start putting up a bunch of points. And CD and Dak are a foolproof matchup. I don't care who was playing against them. But to be fair, it's only 6 teams, so I guess you got to go for upside. So with that in mind, maybe that's a good option. We're about to come up. Let's look at this.
Time to lock in.
Let's go. All right, we going.
Igbuka's iffy from a health perspective. He's not looking right tonight.
It looks like Tez Johnson had a nice touchdown today. Klein, what are you leaning here? Do you like more of a Tyler Warren? Do you like a? We're about to come up.
So structurally, we're in a good spot. Like we don't really need to prioritize one position over the other.
Yep.
Kind of like I said with, we got to take Saquon. Never mind.
We got to take Saquon, yeah.
against his old team.
Yeah, that's a no question.
The only
Plus, I
negative
like
towards that though is that does box us out at running back for the rest of the draft. Because now the running back is going to be our flex. But
I was gonna say Hurts there, bunch of touchdowns maybe.
I low key like. I mean, I'm biased, but I low key like either Warren, Ferguson, or Kittle there. But actually, we have a choice to pick them. Let's go.
Evan, are you
stacked? I think the Eagles go to 40 points, but then you have a running back in Hurts.
Nah, you don't want the same.
That kind of limits your upside.
Yeah, that limits our upside. That's not who I'd want. I would probably lean Warren or Ferguson or Kittle. I like Warren because he's been consistent and Tennessee's a good matchup. So I would go Warren personally.
I think Warren's the good pick.
We love him. He's very consistent. So my only concern with Warren is if this is about upside, he's not a guy that's typically going to get you 30 points, but every week he'll get you like around that 15-point range, which is what I want.
Well look who's the tight end
with
6.
Tight end.
Right. As you get like a little bit further, there's the idea of scroll the F down, where you pick players who are a little bit further down who can blow up because that gives you a unique team. But most drafts, like Kyle Pitts is going to go, and if you get into a situation where Tyler Warren scores twice, like he's going to blow pretty much everyone else 100%.
Well, no, my debate was actually, it's early because he just came back from injury. My debate was, do you go Warren or do you go Kittle? Because with the amount of injuries that they've had on San Francisco, you could see like a 3-touchdown game from Kittle. And he was incredible to finish the year last year before he got hurt earlier this year. So just kind of thinking out loud. If you're looking for upside, But, okay, so I guess all we have left is quarterback and a receiver, huh?
Yeah, we're in a quarterback and a receiver. Basically, we can just stack them up, too. So if we could do a Devonta Smith, just one with Jalen Hurts. And honestly, we don't really need a stack necessarily when you have Jalen Hurts, because if he does, 2 tush pushes, he can just get there from doing that.
I feel like at this point, Jalen Hurts, because I feel like the Eagles are going to want to make a statement against the Giants this week after they got killed by them last time. I think they might have close to a 40-point game, and even though we already have Barkley, man, you could get a bunch of touchdowns off these.
Yeah, if you just eat up all those touchdowns, like if there's like 4 rushing touchdowns in that game, and
I like that Roma Dunze pick there, but up to y'all.
We're gonna
Roma Dunze, incredible. But go ahead. If you guys think Jalen's
I'm gonna start with Jalen.
Go off,
I'm gonna start with Jalen because the guy behind us doesn't have a quarterback yet, and I would hate to be totally boxed out of that decision.
How did he just go?
I was actually gonna propose. I was gonna propose a Daniel Jones, Tyler Warren stack against Tennessee. That would have been a nice little way to get an equity there.
I feel like you lose the upside because Jonathan Taylor's probably gonna have 4 touchdowns in that game.
Well, I'm looking at game script from that Tennessee.
Who do we want as our last wide receiver, though? We can do Rome.
If we get
Pickens, we're on the clock. We have
Rome.
Oh, we're on the clock. Yeah.
Rome.
Fast-paced situation.
1 second. Let's go.
All right, so let me do this. When we pull up another one, we'll just run it back. Maybe we talk through this a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. Let's do it.
And we can do
that. Was a practice run. Just keep spending the.
But now we know. I like that. I'm actually shocked Rome was available there. He's been so good recently in terms of his target share.
Yeah, that was a good get.
I like how we talked through this. Watch this be the lineup that pops off.
That's the dream. That's the dream. Like I said, you hit the lineup on the stream draft or whatever, and you just go, and you can just.
You just share it. And you tell everyone, hey, you can bank on us the rest of the season. You know what's interesting about this too, Klein, is I would be really curious to see what you would typically do with the Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley situation, because you were saying limiting upside is a bit of a concern, isn't it? So I guess when we do this next draft, we probably want to keep that in mind too.
Yeah. I guess what it really is, and maybe it isn't great for this tournament specifically, where it is, I don't remember the exact number. It's like 10,000 or something like that entries, but it's something in a smaller contest where you don't need to be as perfect. You don't have to hit the nuts as well. Is that you can scoop up those 4 touchdowns, if they come from Barkley and Hurts, and then just hope you get everything right around it, because you can see how that would happen very easily with Chase, and then Achane.
Yep.
And then Tyler Warren just lapping the field at tight end, and then you run into a 2-touchdown game from Roma Dunze, and you're sitting there with I think it's 40K to first for this. Hopefully with like that much money.
My challenge is the Barkley one. Like, I mean, I'm looking at his stats right now. His largest rushing total on the season is 60 yards. He only has one rushing touchdown.
Oh, we got it quick. All right, you got to zone in, bro.
You got to lock in.
All right, here we go. We're pick 3. Let's be ready with this one. I feel like JT's going to go immediately.
JT would be 1.
C-Mac against Houston seems like a good pick if he falls.
Yeah, basically we'll get one of these 3. I would be happy with any of them.
Give me JT. Give me JT, bro. Come on. Against Tennessee?
JT's going to have at least 2 touchdowns in that game.
2 touchdowns is his floor, bro. 3 is almost his floor.
That's what I'm saying. At least 2. Probably 3, maybe 4.
I get the feeling we'll be talking about that during the pod itself, so I'll hold off on any further.
That's up to you.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's up to Klein. I'm going to let Klein drive.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. Well, we just have to deal with Christian McCaffrey.
I'm so mad at that.
What a bummer. Christian, his like 30 touches a game.
Just a guaranteed 20 points a week, 25 points a week. Get up to 30, actually. Okay, here we go. We're not too far away again. Okay.
Well, but John, playing whoever the running back is against Miami is always the move. So
it's not a bad idea.
That was a good snag.
Could you go back to the players? Klein, I want to see who's going to be available to us there. I could see if we can get Lamar. I know going QB early might be a bit tentative, but I feel like Lamar is going to pop off this week.
I have a counter. What about King Henry?
He just
think about upside.
He just went.
All right. Looks I'll stop my case right in the tracks, but
I like Drake London too against Miami. I think that's a great matchup for him.
Yeah, I'm worried about. I was actually like kind of worried about Penix. I guess he got a bruise in his foot last night,
and he's not good.
And that's also a problem. But I mean, it doesn't matter how necessarily good Penix is. If he just gets peppered with targets, that's all you're gonna need.
I like London, Jackson, and Warren. Those are my 3 favorites right now. I don't know what you guys are leaning, but I feel like Jackson is also a good pick with his current. They need to win every game now, so I feel like he's going to be giving it 110%, and that's where I think he's a good option. But up to y'all.
I support it.
Which one?
Lamar. I mean, either.
Well, no.
Lamar, maybe.
All right.
Lamar. Evan's like, either or. We got 3 seconds. It is what it is.
Well, I didn't want it to come down to me.
It's the thing with 3 people. You just kind of have to let it be what it is. All right, we're about 5 picks away.
I just want to scroll and see okay. So Zay Flowers has his early ADPs at 26. So maybe we think about it at 22. Maybe we just let it go. I mean, let me see where.
We might get him at like 28.
Mark Andrews at 35, and we can get him in the 6th round.
Yeah. I wouldn't shock me if Zay fell to us. I feel like people wouldn't be as inclined to take him without the stack.
So Warren and Allen goes. HN goes. We're about to come back up.
Oh, Drake.
We still got Drake London.
Drake London is in the back pocket.
If this guy doesn't take Drake London, that's a...
I mean, Cortland Sutton, too. Dallas defense?
Cortland Sutton for Dallas. That's a good one.
He's less of an upside guy, but touchdowns.
I would argue that Miami's defense and Dallas defense and New Orleans defense is all the same tier.
The thing about Miami is you could just run the ball all over them and then control the game script, which is Atlanta's preference anyway. But Denver is probably gonna have to score a bunch of points. Now, granted, they do have Diggs and Diggs is probably out again.
We got 15 seconds. We got
Bland back.
I think we go Sutton. I think this is kind of a big break.
Oh, London just went. Yeah.
Let's go Sutton. Yeah, London went. Let's go Sutton. Okay, and we're literally. We're okay. We got like 5 picks before we're up again.
Yeah, so we got a little.
Oh, Kenshawn Judkins. I didn't even scroll down and look at him.
You can't run the ball in New England though.
Yeah, he can run the ball on anyone though.
Javonte,
Brees, Swift, Bucky's probably not gonna be back.
What's our roster construction? Do we have 2 receivers?
Yeah,
and
DeAndre Swift, low key.
I think we need to keep an eye out for another wide receiver too. Yeah, DeAndre Swift has been great.
I mean, if we got too long for Rome, probably.
We got lucky with him last time. We'll see. I was shocked Drake London almost fell to us though.
Although we should probably mix up the teams.
A little diversification for you, Evan.
Yeah, it's not usually my strategy, but
I don't know. I feel like if Rome falls to us, though, I feel like we should strongly consider taking him.
yeah, it's
Just great value.
especially with Baltimore's offense being back. Should be more of a high scoring game.
I love Cortland Sutton, but against Dallas, and I know it's Dallas's defense, but my concern is I feel like he hasn't had a huge ceiling this year. And maybe this is the week he pops off, but I feel like he's been more of like a, at best, like 15-point guy. So
he's typically more of a floor guy, yeah.
Yeah.
So we get Rome Odunze. That correlates to Lamar Jackson. So that works out in our favor. The other one I was going to consider maybe was AJ Brown.
Same.
Just getting
That's not a bad option,
you know, big play guy who's looked like they've kind of figured something out. So maybe that carries over.
It's not a bad option either. I think I probably slightly prefer Rome though, because I feel like it's going to be a high scoring game, and he's just been such a high target share, and Baltimore's defense has been so bad against the pass. So it's just such a good matchup.
Baltimore's getting healthy though. They're coming back. Coming back.
But I feel like even with their defense healthier, they're out like, you know, some of their best pass rushers and things of that nature. So I don't know that their defense is ever going to be elite this year. Okay, here we go. We're about to come up.
So still tight ends available. If Kittle's there, I think that's. I mean, just
Kittle's a good
5 picks by ADP. I mean, this guy already has a tight end. It's unlikely he's going to take him. Unless we wanted to do, we could do Zay and just hope that this game absolutely blows up.
You know what I think could happen though? I think we could take Kittle and still have Zay fall to us if we wanted Zay.
In the 6th, yeah. And then at that point,
a lot of these guys are the receivers.
Unless we wanted to do, we could do like the Zay and then Andrews. We could do Kittle and a running back.
What you got?
I personally lean Kittle, but it's up to you guys. I think he could have like a 3-touchdown game. That's why, but up to you guys.
And it does correlate with McCaffrey. So you know if they
correlates with McCaffrey,
up, you know.
If this wasn't an upside play, we have Christian too. Yeah, that's tough.
I know
how many targets did Kittle get last night? Like 2. But the upside play, I'll support.
It was his first back. Plus, like after Kittle, your next options are Kincaid, Pitts, and whoever else. So
yeah, those guys.
Kincaid is sneaky. We just don't know if he's healthy.
That's the issue. He could be what Kittle was this week, you know, where he needs that extra week or a couple weeks to get going.
And as a guy that's already snap challenged, that would scare me.
We're 3 picks away, guys.
So I think there's some good options to close it up.
Yeah, I mean, we still got Judkins on the board. If you scroll up, we got Chase Brown.
I just don't love chasing, you know, a guy who is coming off 3 touchdowns.
That's fair. I get it.
New England is elite against the run too.
They are. He just seems so matchup proof, but that's fair. I guess 2 weeks ago he wasn't too great. Brees,
yeah. I mean, Tyrod Taylor maybe at quarterback helps the offense against a bad defense.
Also, we should probably consider Chris Olave too, guys, against Tampa Bay.
I think Olave is a good choice. I kind of like Javonte too. Again, just hoping that that Dallas-Denver game blows up and we capture a couple touchdowns.
Who's Cincinnati playing again?
Cincinnati has the
Jets.
Chase Brown might not be a bad option. You just scrolled down and showed him to us.
He screams no upside to me though with his.
That's fair.
Like
we got to make
likely not to get touchdowns.
Yeah, Zach, go ahead. I'm good with what you said.
All right.
You said Brees Hall, didn't you?
I said
or Javonte. You said Javonte. Do Javonte. That's good.
I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
He's a sneaky beast.
I feel like that could be a low key high scoring game. The Denver Dallas.
Every Dallas game is high scoring.
Yeah. Well, Denver typically is supposed to be good at defense, but they're letting up some points. So.
All right, we just think we want to do another one.
What do we got? One flex left? Or?
No, we're done. That was it.
I think that's it.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Let's look at the board and then we'll move on to reactions.
So I like this team. I think this structurally makes a lot of sense. Starting McCaffrey, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. Baltimore not stacked but correlated with Rome Odunze. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Just again hoping that game pops off. And then the same thing with Denver and Javante. Really, this is actually just a correlated team up and down. So it's
That's actually very well done. I also like the idea that Jackson and Christian McCaffrey are incredibly high ceiling guys, and then Sutton gives you a nice floor against Dallas. So that's a good way to kind of balance out that upside with like a guy who's going to give you a consistent floor type pick. And then I think Kittle's our make or break pick. It's either he, only gets a couple targets again, or he just goes berserk like he's capable of if he's actually healthy, and then that could make it for us. So
yeah. And the nice thing,
my only concern is the San Francisco thing, probably because they're playing Houston too. Maybe a low-scoring game there, but
it's possible. But if it shoots out, I mean, there's probably a lot of people who are going to think the same thing as that, so they will avoid that correlation. Yep. And that's kind of like the strategy within the strategy, and like the leveling that goes on with like large field tournaments like this.
Point, yeah.
The people avoid those combinations, and it probably is extremely unlikely. But it's also just normally extremely unlikely that we're gonna even do well on this. So.
I see the setup. Well,
yeah, I mean, no one thought the Colts Chargers were going to be 38-30 or 38-24 yesterday. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you got to find your discrepancies there. Yeah.
Anyways, we'll wrap up. Move to reactions. If you liked this, this segment, let us know in the comments below. Zach, thank you for driving.
Check
us out in the next one.